Alright guys, this is Zach with Team Richmond Recon Airsoft, and today I'm going to be disassembling my gearbox. So I figured I'd do a video and show you guys how to do it. So as you can see, I have taken the gearbox out of the upper receiver and the rest of the gun. I have removed the motor and the pistol grip. As you can see, this is the motor. For those of you who don't know, the motor goes inside the pistol grip, through into your gearbox, and is what causes your gears to spin in there. All you have to do is remove the bottom of your grip, detach these two wires from your motor, slide it out, put it over here. Then you remove your grip from the two holes in the gearbox right there. You remove your buffer tube as normal. You go in there, there's a screw, and you remove that screw. And as you can see, I've taken the mag release and all of the pins out just for the sake of this video. And so what I'm going to do right now is just give my gearbox a little bit of a pull and release it from the shell. So what you're going to do is you're going to take the gearbox and you're going to pull upward and to the left. It may take a little bit of force, that's alright. And your gearbox comes right out. So now we're going to set our lower receiver to the side, and we have our gearbox. Alright, now we're going to need a few tools to get the job done. What I like to use is I have a set of one medium and one small flathead screwdrivers, one large Phillips head screwdriver, one set of Allen keys of various sizes, and one long flathead screwdriver. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to start by turning the gearbox over, and we're going to remove 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 screws right there. So these screws actually require a star key, which I don't have, so I found this screwdriver that works just fine at removing the screws. So we're going to remove those, and I'll speed this up so you guys can see me in fast motion, and you don't have to sit through this. Alright, now that all those screws are removed from your gearbox, you're going to want to take a screwdriver, not too big, not too small, but big enough so it won't snap. Insert it into the back of your gearbox, because when you pull your shell apart, if that's not in there, your spring right here will come flying out, and that's not a good thing. You could possibly injure yourself and or lose your spring in some parts. So now you're going to put your screwdriver in there, and I like to take another screwdriver, put it in here, and you just wedge the gearbox apart. Make sure that you're applying pressure to your screwdriver so it won't come out. And then you pop your gearbox shell off. Now you can pull up, make sure you're keeping pressure on the spring, and you can let it out. At which point you can remove your spring and your spring guide rod. Make sure you're keeping track of all of your parts when you're doing this disassembly. You don't want to be losing anything. Alright, next up we're going to remove our cylinder assembly. So you're just going to put a finger in your piston right here. As you can see, I have Swiss cheese my piston to increase the FPS here. I need to get a new piston O-ring. The seal there is not very good. Alright, put that to the side. Now we're going to remove our cylinder and cylinder head. So you're going to pop out your nozzle. You're going to make sure your tappet plate spring doesn't go flying off like that. Remove your tappet plate. Remove your cylinder. And now you're left with the bottom part of your gearbox. Now here's where you want to be really careful with your shimming. You want to make sure your shimming doesn't get messed up. You're going to remove your gears really carefully. And then you're going to remove your forward assist. Alright? we're almost down to the very basic components. Now you're going to want to remove your trigger, along with your trigger spring. And now we're just down to our board, which I'm not going to unscrew right now. So that is the disassembly of your version 2 gearbox. And stay tuned for the assembly.